there is no one cure, in my opinion, that would stop members of parliament from becoming independent. One of the proposals that is also circulating or floating, if you want to say, a proposal that has put forward to be considered is the interpretation that the seat is won by the political party, and therefore no one can become independent after an election. So if a party has 5 seats, those 5 seats belong to the political party. And if William Ireland, as the holder of one of those seats, is no longer prepared to stay with his party because the party has drifted from what they stand for or what he believes should be the direction they should go, then that thought, the people who are supporting that thought are saying, then that individual member would have to resign from the party and leave the seat. You cannot pick up what belonged to a party and walk away with it. That is even worse in the sense that, when I'm saying even worse, for those who believe in the free mandate, the oath of office that the member of parliament takes, saying that he will vote his conscience as he sees in the interest of all the people and not in the interest of one individual political party, even though that's the party he won with and that's the party that has helped secure him or her a seat in parliament. So you have that group that says, if you go that way, then you shut down ship jumping forever. What you would not shut down is the fact that, okay, I have won a seat with my party, but I'm going against any and everything the party stands for. So I will not support anything they come with. I will not support anything they propose. I will not vote along with them. I am towing my own line. That is your good right. That is your good right. And then the dynamics are going to play out accordingly in Parliament. Saying that it makes no sense then to go to an election on September 26th because there is no change to the system. Even if you have a change to the system, I'm saying it may not eliminate it, but what, in my opinion, this proposal would do is take away, remove the incentive that if I break up the government and move over on this side, like right now you have an 8-7 in government and opposition, any one move, you have a 7-8. And that move can be compensated with, hey, if you come and support us, you can get 2, you can even get 3 ministers. Now that won't be possible because if that one moves, that one can't participate in the formation of the government. Postponing the election, whether for 6 more months or for another year, is not an option for me. It is not an option for the government. It is not something we have considered. If, however, for instance, we reach agreement with the kingdom government that they say, well, if you tweak it this way, we will support it, and the Council of Advice on St. Martin agrees as well, then we might be able to say, well, guys, listen, to make sure that we can push it through before the election, let's all agree to postpone the election with a month in order to get this through Parliament. And that scenario I don't see taking place. So I don't want to send out no mixed signals that government contemplating, government is not contemplating, government is not considering, government has not put forward any proposal or is embracing any proposal to postpone the date of September 26th.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want more.
This is a very serious issue because it has to do with the financial situation of our country presently. It is said in our organic law, under which we are now governed, that in Article 6371, that all the competence which have been transferred from the state, the General Council of Guadeloupe, the Regional Council of Guadeloupe, will be compensated by the government, by the state. And after 10 years of functioning as a collectivity, nothing has happened. 2 years ago, within a year, I would rather say, the collectivity under the presidency of Mrs. Hanson have decided to go before the court in France to get them to interpret the law and say what's supposed to be happening. The ruling from the highest judiciary body in the nation of France, which is the Constitutional Council, ruled last week that the government of France does not owe the collectivity one dime. Whereas when we were part of the Regional Council of Guadeloupe, and annually we were receiving 12 million euros. And by coming out of the Regional Council, we lost those 12 million euros, which was a major support, which was, we consider, backbone of the budget of the collectivity. And it was promised, and it was also instituted in the organic law, that there will be a compensation. Now, the ruling sends two messages to the collectivity of St. Martin, to the people of St. Martin. It says clearly that the Constitutional Council made a political decision. Because when you add up all that potentially was owed to the collectivity of St. Martin, we are looking at 100 million euros. That Constitutional Council is not prepared to force the hands of the government of France, who is now in some kind of financial difficulties. So they look up at all texts to condemn the collectivity, saying that everything is justified, nothing is owed to the collectivity of St. Martin. That is most disturbing to us because they add to it that they transfer the competence of, which means say, setting fiscal policies So therefore, we should make use of our fiscal policy, of our fiscal autonomy, not what to decide and implement taxes, to raise the necessary revenues needed to compensate that loss. They totally ignore the fact that you cannot overburden your people, you cannot increase the tax or the fiscal pressure on a poor population that do not have the necessary means to survive, basically. They ignore the fact, too, that the country, the collectivity of St. Martin, has a very serious immigration problem that they did not solve, knowing that they had a competent authority to deal with foreign issues, money, and most importantly, immigration matters. We are an overpopulated country, and we didn't sense that there's a government in France that is willing to help us face these charges. What I'm also troubled by is the fact that they didn't show any mercy. And as a matter of fact, I would go as far as saying that it's a criminal act to condemn us or to judge or to rule that nothing is owed to the collectivity of St. Martin. And again, it's a question of financial support, and they were not prepared to make that gesture towards St. Martin, because all of us, or many of us, especially those who are aspiring to leadership position next year, was of the opinion, aware of the opinion, that we would have the necessary finances to be able to carry out the investment project that is so urgent for St. Martin, in terms of development of your port and airport, in terms of developing your road network, because we need new roads in St. Martin most urgently, in terms of building the senior citizen home, in terms of constructing a proper pier on the waterfront to receive, to accommodate cruise ships, in terms of supporting the senior citizens, in terms of renovating their homes so that they could enjoy better living conditions. Somewhat, the hands of the elected people are tied by this condemnation, I must say, put it that way, because you were left powerless from a financial or budgetary standpoint, because you don't have the means to carry out all of these public policies in the best interest of your people and to ensure the proper development of our territory.
Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
Alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey.
KFC. So good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
The respective countries have made. In 2000, the people of St. Martin voted in a referendum in which they said they want out of the Netherlands Antilles. They don't want independence. They want to remain in the kingdom. Remaining in the kingdom come with certain consequences. And it is either we get out of the kingdom or we put up a fight within the kingdom to get certain things adjusted, certain things flexibilized, certain things changed. For now, I think that we need to deal with some of the issues that are of concern to us. But I believe personally as well that every country, no matter how big or small, should strive to become independent. It does not mean that becoming independent is something we need to do today or tomorrow. It does not mean that independence means you're going to shut everybody else out. We see in Europe, countries have fought wars to become independent of each other, and after they have become independent countries, it took them some time to come back together as a European Union, and we have now seen the first to exit being Britain. We have seen how the United States was put together, how they were independent states and they became the United States. And we see all over Latin America, you have independent countries and they're working together. But the key word is they're all independent countries who have come together to work together on some basis of equality. Interesting, when I was at the United Nations a week ago, it was interesting to see that the biggest countries in the world were there, the smallest countries in the world were there, and whenever votes were cast, no one was told because you have 300 million, you're allowed to cast 30 votes, and because you have 30,000, you're allowed to cast half of a vote. The small Caribbean countries like St. Kitts and Antigua and Dominica who were there, their seat represented a same vote as big European and big Latin American countries with millions of people.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
One,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4,
4.
4. But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
License for CM&M, the company they're planning to do change of hands with?
I'm not in charge of giving the business licenses, so I couldn't tell you about that. I do know that the discussions at Maho have escalated now to some sort of a court case. So it is in private matters in a judicial system, and whatever the outcome of that will be public. It's not under my purview per se. It's in, as I understand, it's now in the hands of lawyers, and they're in discussions. So it's a private matter between lawyers.